Hello, my name is Muhammad AIZUDDIN bin RAJIHAN, meter number 294.496. And now I am going to explain to you about what is entertainment. So, to start it off, entertainment is a form of word used by people to define a form of things or activity that brings them enjoyment or delights. It doesn't matter when they are in a group or only by themselves. Let's say in a group, the enjoyment that they can do is playing sports, listening to a concert, or listening to an opera. But when they are individual, they can do an entertainment such as reading, fishing, or playing games by themselves, or even listening to music. So entertainment, it varies from people to people. Let's say someone likes to play games, but others don't like to play games. They like to fishing. So it is different. But the most common understanding of people about entertainment is something that brings them joy. Universally, entertainment is known as something that can bring joy to people, like I have said. Next, entertainment can also be a form of some sorts of activity that attracts the curiosity of an individual. So let's say when I am reading a book, the title attracts me to read it. So when I read it, I feel very excited because the book is very good to me, let's say. So it is what people call an entertainment. Lastly, entertainment can also be something that increases the mental or physical development of an individual. One example that I can give is when people are playing first-person shooter games. It will improve their hand-to-eye coordination because they need to increase their reflexes to be better at the game.
Assalamualaikum, my name is NURNAJWA binti Abu Bakar. My metric number is 294517. Okay, I will explain about entertainment software. Entertainment software refers to software that used for the cause of producing or providing amusement via electronic media. It can be composed of literature, films, song, and a lot of other kind of content. The software can be used on individual computer or software platforms such as Nintendo Switch and Microsoft Xbox. Entertainment software is any software that provide entertainment, video game, videos, and any other software that make you feel enjoy when you use it. That is entertainment software. Entertainment software also used for performing several leisure activity like playing games, viewing photograph, and making video using computer. Okay, I will explain about entertainment software industry. Manufacturer in this industry produce video game and other entertainment software. Major company in this entertainment software industry is in United States. It has Electronic Arts, Microsoft, and Activision Blizzard. In Japan, it has Nintendo, Konami, Sega, and Bandai Namco. In China, it has Tencent, and in France, it has Ubisoft. According to Super Data Research, worldwide video game income from all channels, such as global video games revenue from all channels, including mobile, PC, and console, grew to nearly 140 billion in 2020 amid the pandemic. What is Super Data Research? Super Data Research is a provider of market intelligence covering the global market for free-to-play games, digital console, mobile, PC, streaming media, e-sport, and virtual reality. Key growth drivers include game for virtual reality, esport also known as multiplayer competitive video games, and mobile device. Top video game market include Japan, United States, and China. The entertainment and game software industry are a subset of the computer software industry, which is covered in separate industry profile. According to Newzoo, the US game market, excluding hardware, account about 50% of the global game market, generating approximately $40 billion. What is Newzoo? Newzoo is the world's most trusted source for game and esport analytics and market research.
Hi, my name is MOHAMAD AZLAN and my number mystery is 294191, and this part I will talk about what is a technology in entertainment software. Okay, the first one is virtual reality activities. A virtual reality VR is a computer generate surrounding with the scene and gadget that appear like real, making the consumer experience to be impressed of their surrounding. This surrounding is perceived through a tool called a virtual reality headset or helmet. Okay, what's that mean? That mean if you want to use a VR, you need to have a VR headset. The VR headset, inside of it have a small screen, and then the screen will cover your eyes and make your vision become realistic, or inside the game you feel like you inside the game, you inside the movie. Yeah, that is technology that you use. Because of that, the entertainment is more fun and you like to play the games because it become a reality and make the 3D element be here, or you feel like 3D. Okay, next one is AI creator media content. AI content creation mean software create the content for you. It can write a blog post, social media copy, ebook, landing page, uh, and email, product listing, and everything in between of that. There are a shift toward audio and video content too. Okay, example like if you lazy to editing a video, the AI can help you to edit the video. That is entertainment. Example like template or CapCut have a AI to do the editing, that help a producer or help a people to create a content because of AI. The AI using for entertainment. Next one is living in augmented reality. Augmented reality (AR) is the integration of digital information with the user environment in a real time, unlike a virtual reality, which create a totally artificial environment. AR use experience a real world environment with generate a spectacular information overlay on top of it. What does that mean? That mean the AR using your flow or using your base become their base. If you want to put something, the AR you need to use the AR, because the AR will detect your flow, and then you can put something or anything you want to put on top of it, but in digital way. Okay, the example I can give you Pokemon Go. They use a AR. You want to catch a Pokemon, the AR make your Pokemon, or you want to catch a monster inside the game, become real. You can look your surrounding. The surrounding is the same, but when you look at your phone, you can see the Pikachu on your floor, on your table. He will detect, and then you can put that, can make entertainment more enjoyable and more fun to play. Okay, the next one is animatronic. Animatronic refer to the mechatronic puppet. They are a cutting-edge version of the autonomy and are frequently used for the portrait of character in movie and park attraction. What that mean? That mean the simple, this one the simple, you know, the puppet, the movie puppet using in a movie like dinosaur. Example movie is Jurassic Park. The large of dinosaur inside of the big dinosaur inside of the movie, that is a puppet. Because we know the dinosaur has don't have now, not like gone, uh, the thousand of year. Because of that, we use a puppet in entertainment to create the realistic dinosaur for nowadays. Okay, that's for animatronic. Okay, the last one is high dynamic range, HDR. Is a dynamic range vector that uses known as huge dynamic variation. Dynamic variation improve the dynamic variance. The time period is frequently utilized in discussing the dynamic variation of given alert, which include pixel, video, audio, and radio. What does that mean? That means HDR is a software that make a scene or make the picture more like live or pop-up color. Yeah, that make something more cool and more live. You see the movie and you see like, wow, this one is so real, look like real, because the HDR will pop up and boost the pixel inside your phone or cinema to make it look like wonderful. The example of entertainment that using this HDR software is Netflix. You can see enough Netflix have a HDR Netflix, and then a few cinema have used a HDR system too, that help you to make your watching experience more enjoyable. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Greetings to Dr. Mastura. My name is LEYSHA ROSHNI as GOPALAN, metric number 294115. First, I will start my presentation with the definition of chronology. Chronology is a system or technique for organizing time and placing events in chronological order. There are three types of chronology. The first one is linear narrative, or known as normal chronology. It involves telling a story by enumerating the incident in order of when they occur. The second one is reverse chronology. It is about telling a story from start to finish in reverse. And the last one is non-linear narrative. This type of chronology portrays a story as being made up of a number of unique events that are displayed randomly. The first chronology of technology in entertainment software that I would like to talk about is video games. The first video game were invented in 1951, which is called as Nimrod. Nimrod debuted at Berlin Industrial Exhibition. The picture that I shown here is the picture of Nimrod video game. Next, the second video game were invented by a British professor, A.S. Douglas. The video game named as OXO, which was invented in 1952. The professor invented this particular video game when he was doing doctoral thesis in Cambridge University. It was the famous video game among the people at that era. The next video game was established in 1958. The video game named as Tennis for Two and made by William Higginbotham in New York. It was the initial video game created solely for entertainment purpose, as opposed to scholarly research or commercial technological marketing. Spacewalk created in 1962. It was constructed by Steve Russell during a university research. It is also the first computer game that would have been installed on numerous computers at once. Not only that, the brown box was developed by Ralph Baer and his co-workers. It was the very initial video game system with many programs and multiplayer systems. The brown box game have many kinds of games such as ping pong and golf game. After some time, the computer-based video games were becoming very popular. Commodore VIC-20 and Commodore 64 were the example of it. The major reason why this Commodore VIC-20 gained a lot of popularity among the people is because it is encouraging participants to communicate and play from different types of computers. Nintendo or Satellaview was developed by Nintendo in 1995. It was a unique system that let users to download games a software that worked with your landline phone and an Atari cartridge. Last but not least, nowadays users started to play video games using their own mobile phones. It is because of the rapid changing and growth in technology. The another chronology of technology and entertainment software is music player. The first music player that ever invented in this world is phonograph. It was developed by Thomas Edison in 1877 and people used this device to listen to music. Next is the music box, which was developed in 1886 by Paul Lockerman, a German inventor. It is totally automatic musical instrument that is packaged and collects all the notes. In 1963, cassette tape was invented by Lou Adams and his group at Dutch firm Philips. It is an analog magnetic tape that may be used for both recording and playing sounds. Walkman is another music player that were very famous in late 70s. It was developed by Masura Ibuka. He created Walkman so that he can listen to music wherever he go. Furthermore, DVD player in full term called as digital video disc. It was developed by Toshiba, a Japanese electronic company, in November 1996. It became a big hit during that period. Next is MP3 player. It is also called as portable media player. It was developed by Sehan Information System in 1997. It is a piece of technology that can stream and store digital media assets such as music, images, and videos. Finally, YouTube was launched in 2005 and it was launched by Stephen Chan, Chad Early, and Javed Karim. YouTube is often recommended for music listening because almost everyone in the globe has access to an online connection. And it is also gained so much popularity among people without considering their age group. That's all only from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is AMIRA ASHA binti Muhammad HAFEEZ. My metric number is 294717. So I'll be continuing with the issues in technology, software, entertainment. So as we all know, software entertainment industry is one of the sectors that is expanding the quickest in the modern era and is currently the greatest money-making sector in the world. Innovating how content is provided to customer is necessary for the media and entertainment sector. The software entertainment sector must create fresh method of reaching consumer with content as technology advance and changes, and it must also deal with the media issues this development raise. However, there are unethical issues in this industry, as seen by the prevalence of cybercrime, which are common at this time. This demonstrates that if technology is used incorrectly in the software entertainment industry, it may potentially have detrimental impact. The issues of video game addiction has ethical implications for the software entertainment sector. People going through a lot of issues about video games. Researchers around the world are coming out with the bitter fact that the most teenagers are being affected by the amount of violence involved in this video game, which will cause psychological impacts and bring about addiction. The negative effects of video games are rising drastically along with the investment in technology. Initially, the target markets of the electronic game industry were for youngers, but nowadays people all age category seems to be addicted to video game. The issues in this particular industry can be identified as health issue, legal issue, social issue, professional issues, and most importantly, ethical issues that are particular to this industry. According to the study on violent video games conducted by Jimmy of Indiana University School of Medicine, it has been proved that playing a violent video game has a direct impact on self-control and attention, which not impacts on the player but also has indirectly affects the society as well. This kind of significant issue has gained massive public attention. There has been much debate throughout the years over the violence in video game. According to Jimmy, because of the interaction between the game and the players, violence video games show a more harmful approach than violent films and television dramas. This societal issue also bring a variety of perspectives. A real incident happened when a 14-year-old boy killed his father with a sledgehammer because the father had interrupted his computer game. In consideration of this, it may be said that the teenager's mindset has been altered and taken over by violence and extreme aggression. Because of the game he played, he exposed society to the violence. As was previously mentioned, playing violent video game can change how people act and behave, which will make them lose respect for the other people. Furthermore, according to David Walsh 2007, aggressive video games can influence a teen mindset because 60% of those who play them are more likely to get into physical fights or engage in other violent behavior. Playing violent video game is thus a significant crime that could harm society and human behavior. True ethic is the ethical theory that can be linked to this issue. The term of this in philosophy refers to a code of ethics that places a heavy emphasis on how people should be treated. As a result, one of the goals of true ethic is to describe the different traits that a good person possesses, which include things like loyalty, honesty, bravery, compassion, generosity, integrity, justice, self-control, and prudence. Playing video games is a crime, demonstrating on how people behave. Playing violent video game is crime, demonstrating how unethical it is to do so. It is opposite to ethical theory as is shown. When a person is unable to play their favorite video games addiction can have an impact on their emotions and minds, making them uncontrollable, and there is no ethical philosophy that is future-based if violence is depicted through technology or entertainment software, which could result in criminal cases. While technology has made it easier for consumers to enjoy music, movies, or TV shows around the world, it's also increased the chance to intellectual property rights may be violated. The term piracy refers to one sort of copyright violation. This involves copyrighted materials being copied and distributed without the owner's consent. As technology advances, piracy or the stealing of new movies or music continue to grow. Piracy encompasses a variety of activities such as downloading illegal copies of copyright music from file-sharing websites or creating unauthorized copies of it through mobile apps or streaming is a real-world incident that took place in Malaysia. Local film piracy persists and FDAM is pleading with KKMM and authorities to take quick action. The Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Ministry, KPD and HEP, the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia and Commission MCMC, the Film Directors Association of Malaysia FDAM, and the police has been encouraged to take immediate action against digital piracy. In the statement released today, its President Dr. Ahmad Ibrahim stated that the association took the most recent incident concerning the Mawi-directed movie Hantu Kuat Tower seriously. The FDAM member Mawi had been notified by the association that his movie had been pirated. The most recent incident gave the impression that Malaysia's film industry still was exposed to piracy. Thugs in Malaysia discovered 50,000 illegal DVDs, which is an additional issue. Increasing anti-movie piracy operation, two trained laboratories have found 50,000 bootleg DVDs, a senior official revealed on Tuesday. According to the MPAA in 2006, movie piracy cost its members $1.2 billion in the Asia-Pacific region. The dog who had been taught to detect a chemical present in dates were put to work on 30 March and developed a reputation when they assisted in the discovery of 1 million copies of illegal DVDs, CDs, and video games, totaling $2.8 million at an office building in the southern city of Johor. 150,000 pirated discs were discovered in a successful operation that took place on Saturday in Kuala Lumpur. Duty and right ethics are the theoretical ethics that can be connected to this problem. Duty ethic is the term for the human behavior of being honest, responsible, and avoiding disturbing or harming other people. One of the issues of duty ethic is copyright. The concept of piracy and copyrights for music and movies are frequently dismissed, although it's a crime with effects. Copyright violation costs the entertainment industry billions of dollars annually and threaten both employment and career opportunities. Meanwhile, the loss of royalties caused by piracy affects musicians and other entertainers, as fake copies can destroy a performer's reputation if they are visibly inferior in quality and are frequently mistaken for the original product. Because they are unable to sell the authentic version for a price close to pirated version, companies who sell copyrighted works lawfully also lose money. The loss brought on the copyright infringement caused the entertainment sector to raise the cost of access to copyright works, which eventually transferred the cost of piracy to consumers. Consequently, this instance demonstrates how piracy in the software entertainment industry can have a negative impact.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is MOHAMAD AFIFI bin ABDULLAH, bin metric number 294347. I will continue the presentation about the ethical issue, which is the third part is about mental health problem. Use of technological gadgets has been increasing among adolescents, which may result in health issues and technological addiction. Technology is making it easier to get mental health care, but it's also making mental disease more prevalent overall. People are less likely to engage in meaningful social connections as a result of the amount of time they spend on electronics. Isolation is the result of this as well. Online interactions also typically have a bad vibe. The stuff we view online is the source of social comparison, feelings of exclusion, and cyberbullying, amongst other things. Based on research, 67% of the participants reported using their cell phones daily out of all the gadgets. In our investigation, we found a correlation between gadget use and health issues such as headache, backache, vision disruption, and sleep disturbance. It will be an understatement to say that cell phones have completely changed how we live our life. They can currently take care of almost of our fundamental needs. The ethical philosophy that can be connected to this problem is virtue ethics. This ethics deals with how we treat ourselves in our day-to-day life. Virtue ethics offers an account of right and wrong based on what a virtuous agent will do. So for conclude this part, unfortunately, entertainment has permeated people's lives to such an extent that is no longer healthy or beneficial. The consumption of entertainment has evolved into an addiction, give it to the power to destroy civilization. Apart from entertaining crowd and getting their attention, entertainment occasionally aims to size our attention and change our moral priorities. Just focus on the difficulties facing our youth. We are all drawn to entertainment, and some people have an endless appetite for more of it. So it is continually produced. Life becomes more exciting with entertainment, but there are ethical issues that related with this entertainment software industry, such as virtual ethics and right ethics. Lastly, we must beware and take an action together to overcome this issue from continuously happen, so that issue shall not be continuous facing by our future generation in the future.
I'm NURNAJWA AMIRA binti ABDULLAH. My metric number 294155. Today I will present about conclusion of entertainment software industry. Let you guys see on the slide. The first point is have a lot of entertainment software industry that exists in this country. Like we always know, if we heard about entertainment software industry, we always imagine about video games only. It's actually, in this country, we have many entertainment software industries such as Spotify, YouTube, and all. Point 2, the entertainment software industry has its advantage and disadvantage. So we as a consumer should smart enough to choose the entertainment software industry that we want to use. Point 3, this industry become a very big business and have curved many managers and researchers. Like you guys know, teenagers in this country already moved to the Facebook to do live streaming, because from that they can get many benefits and income. Point 4, given the size peculiarity of the inter software market and the many aspects and issues that are not well understood, the entertainment software seems to be getting more attention day by day. The last point is a better understanding of the benefit sought by different segments can lead to inter software products that are better tailored to the needs of different segments. It's actually back to that person, because certain people think that entertainment software industry is nothing, but the certain people think the entertainment software industry can become a very big benefit, become a very big income to them. So the conclusion that I can give is we should use the entertainment software industry, because The entertainment software industry have many benefit to us, especially teenagers. From that, if we use this entertainment software industry, we can get many benefit, and we also can get many salary and a big income from that. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Technology is changing faster than ever, and it's creating new and amazing ways to watch, binge, and game. Now, TV shows and video games are so much more than just sitting and watching. Here's 5 ways technology is changing entertainment. The first piece of tech changing the game: next generation TVs. 4K TVs pack 4 times more pixels onto your screen than HD TVs, making movies, TV shows, and live sports look incredible. That means taking the TV out of torch mode, designed to look good in the store, but terrible in your home, and enabling HDR, which adds deeper colors and more detail into the picture, making all those action movies and nature shows look as good, if not better, than real life.
I make this look good.
And make sure you are watching 4K content, very important. Prime Video, Netflix, and cable providers like Comcast and DirecTV all carry 4K movies and shows. Now, if 4K TV isn't enough for you, 8K TVs are beginning to roll out and have a massive 16 times more pixels than regular HD TVs. Some movies are already being shot in 8K. Among them, the visually stunning Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and Mortal Engines, both with mind-blowing images.
What is that? That is London.
Now, if you're a true cinephile and you're prepared to pay a premium to be an early adopter, 8K may be the one for you. No matter how many Ks your TV has, the act of sitting back and watching may soon be a thing of the past. Now, you can choose how stories unfold with interactive content.
My adventure is up to you.
You used to know it as choose your own adventure, but now it's evolved and you can decide what happens next in everything from Netflix's Black Mirror to HBO's Mosaic to even digital cooking shorts. But there's a catch. It doesn't work on all devices. While Fire TV, Roku, and updated iPhone and Android devices work, many streaming devices still don't. So make sure you do your research. If you love being able to control the story, then we've got to talk about video games. Game consoles push the limits of available tech, so it's no surprise to see 8K consoles like PlayStation 5 and Xbox Scarlet releasing next year. Gaming isn't all about resolution though. Immersive experiences are the holy grail, and virtual reality is at the forefront. VR gaming is only a few years old, but there are already hundreds of games to play on Oculus Rift, PlayStation VR, HTC Vive, Samsung Gear VR, and more. If you've ever strapped on a headset, you know just how exhilarating it is to go from watching a game to being at the center of it all. Visiting new worlds and physically joining the action means it's tough to go back to just sitting on your couch. The future is here, and VR has eye tracking and wireless headsets, so now you can game untethered. 4K, 8K, and VR all have a common theme: that they use a ton of data. Luckily, 5G cellular networks can handle it, and it's an insane 20 to 60 times faster than 4G. That means you can download your favorite movies and TV shows in seconds.
I know, exciting, right?
Another thing 5G does, it opens up the amazing world of augmented reality. One thing you'll be able to do is point your smartphone at a baseball game and see live video mixed with superimposed stats on each player, or even watch characters from your favorite TV show playing out a scene where AR makes it look like they're sitting on your couch. But what if it's not augmented or virtual reality that immerses you in your favorite games and movies? What if it's all the connected devices already in your home? Imagine watching a movie, and when a character rings the doorbell, your own doorbell rings. Or having the smart lights in your home flicker during that super intense horror movie. We already have smartphones and smart TVs, so why not smart content? Tech advances are creating incredible new ways to experience your favorite games, shows, and movies, so you can join, control, and maybe soon be completely immersed in your favorite franchises.
Oh, I think I have the answer for this one. So, when tech SEI is used incorrectly, it would potentially have detrimental effect such as the serious issue that is currently happening, which is the video game addiction, which would raise a violent individuality, which will integrate into the society and impose a lot of problem to the society.
Okay, for answer that question is a major company which are based in the United States are Electronic Arts, Microsoft and Activision Blizzard. Meanwhile, company that based in Japan are Nintendo, Konami, Sega and Bandai Namco. That's all.
Simply put, social media is a form of software entertainment because it gains attention from an audience through various forms of content. Social media is one of the most popular forms of software entertainment because of how readily available it is to those with phones, tablets, and computers.
Thanks for the question. The question is, what is a non-linear narrative chronology? Non-linear narrative has one storyline may use a number of techniques to present events from different points in time. A common one is the flashback, in which characters recall events from the past. Flashback usually present additional information that helps explain the character, current motivations and the direction of the story. When author withhold and then reveal information through flashback, they can change the way the readers perceive different character and event with the story.